Would you say the real estate business is more of a sprint or a marathon? Now, I hope your answer is a marathon, but there is one fact that I want to share with you in this video that absolutely blew me away. And there is a huge relation to this fact that's outside of business to how business actually works. Now, if this is your first time to this channel, my name is Christian. I am a owner and team leader here of Onyx Homes. You can check us out at onyxhomes.com. We're a real estate sales team based in Southern California. We're gonna do about 200 deals this year. We've done about 500 deals over the last 4.5 years. And I make this content to help other agents such as yourself who are looking to start in the business, grow a team, grow in their individual business as well. And this particular one is, this story, it absolutely blew me away, and I did a little bit of research on this as well too, is I was looking at, is this business a marathon or is it a bunch of little sprints? And what I did was I looked up the world record for the fastest marathons ever ran. I've got some numbers down here, I wanna make sure I get them right. Is a marathon, if you don't know, is 26.2 miles. And the world record is 2 hours and 35 seconds, which if you're not a marathon runner, probably doesn't mean anything to you. But if you start doing the math, that means that over 26.2 miles, this runner that has the world record for the fastest marathon was running at a 4 minute and 36 second pace. Now again, if you're not a runner, that might not mean anything to you, but let's go deeper on that, because I'm not sure if you've ever sat on a treadmill, but I'm sure you have. And that means that this was a 13-mile-an-hour pace. Now, I go to the gym every once in a while, and I get on a treadmill, and I don't even know if I could go 13 miles per hour for more than a minute. Maybe 2 at the absolute most, and I'd be dying. But to do it for 2 hours straight, here's the analogy, is this runner was running an average of 13 miles an hour for 2 hours straight to run 26.2 miles in the fastest ever. And the point here is this business a marathon or a sprint? Is this person's marathon is faster than most people's sprint? And that could not be more true, not just in real estate, but in all business. Is there are others who are doing so much more than other people in the business. The people that are crushing in this business are just frankly doing so much more than the average person. And I'm not talking about double or triple. I'm usually talking about 10 times, 20 times, 100 times more. And I'll give you a different story to kind of drive this home as well too, is I was at a Hall of Fame event for our brokerage, and the 2 highest producing individual agents in the entire company, I was talking to both of them, and they only had 2 things in common in their whole business, which I thought was interesting. One ran a team, one didn't. The guy that ran a team, his individual production is bigger than most people's teams, but if he took just his individual production, he's the #1 agent in the company. The other one is the #1 solo agent in the company. These guys both do well over $1 million in GCI. And the only 2 things they had in common, 1 is irrelevant, 2 was very relevant. #1 is they both dominated a geographic area. Okay, great. #2 is they both had over 6,000 minutes a month on the phone. So when they get their phone bill every month, 6,000 minutes on the phone. Now, again, if you want to break this down like the marathon runner, 6,000 minutes on the phone comes out to 100 hours per month on the phone. Meaning calling, taking phone calls, making phone calls, whatever it was, for 100 hours a month, these agents are literally on the phone. Now, frankly, from what I said earlier, is most agents that are dominating in this business are just doing way more than most other agents. Most agents don't work 100 hours a week, let alone be on the phone for 100 hours a week. This is such an enormous difference on the average, and this is why these agents are absolutely dominating. It's not because of their farming piece, it's not because they live in the neighborhood that they farm in, it's not because they've been doing it for 20 years, because one has and one's been doing it for 4. And they both do about the same amount of business. So the reality is they're just doing so much more than their competition that they are getting so much farther ahead so much faster. And my hope is that this gave you the kick you needed, just like it gave me the kick that I needed, because I know to get our company where we have in the amount of time that we have, it has been a lot of this. But on the same point, there's also levels to it. There's also layers to it. So the major things that I have here, these are notes to myself that I hope you might take away from as well too, is 1, to focus on consistency. Yes, it is a marathon, but can you run your marathon faster? Meaning, can you get more done? Not necessarily work more hours, but can you get more done over a longer period of time? That's 1. #2 is learn from those ahead of you. That has been one of the biggest unlocks for me personally, is to look at these other top agents, to look at other team leaders, to look at other broker owners, wherever you're at, or just to find the one that's if you're a brand new agent, find the person who's the first year in the business that crushed or that is crushing, and just do what they're doing, or maybe do twice as much as them. So learning from those ahead of you. And then number 3 is something I love, which is doing the basics at a high level. We already talked about consistently. This is a quote from Phil Jones. And the last one is just do the work. And I know it's a hard thing to say, but when I look on our team over and over and over and over, the agents that are putting in and doing the work consistently are the ones that are successful. And the ones that put in a lot of work one month, a sprint, and then take a month off or take their foot off the gas and then put it back on the next month, those are the agents that consistently struggle. And that's not just on our team, this is the agents all throughout the business. So focus on consistency, learn from those ahead of you, focus on doing the basics at a high level, and just do the work. And frankly, for those that choose to raise their standards, you're just gonna outpace the competition, especially if you look at this and do it over a long period of time. So I hope this gave you the kick that it gave me. I know I definitely needed it. I've already made changes in my calendar just from having this thought that happened. And if you want a higher level of accountability like this, join our Start to Finish in Real Estate community. It's on a free platform called School. You can check it out. There's other agents just like you in there. I post trainings all the time, and we're launching live Q&As and trainings, coaching sessions as well too. So if that sounds interesting, go check it out. You can go to onyxhomes.com/school, and SKOOL, and I'll see you there. Again, my name is Christian Stubbs. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.